Okay, so today is my test day. I uploaded the bag for what was it leg day today too, but I recorded that yesterday. So yeah. But anyways, starting off with some bench press. Uh, I did just get some. I mean, I wouldn't say it's upsetting news, but more like I wanted this news to come a little later, but they just closed down the location where I worked at, so I'm gonna be posted somewhere else. And it does kind of suck because I did like the location, but it is what it is. It's not my call. Um, but that doesn't mean I'm out of work. It just means that I'm not gonna have a permanent schedule anymore, which sucks. Ugh. But we'll make do. Okay. That felt iffy. Oh, there they are. Whew. All right, I feel good. Um, yeah, but it's all good though. You just gotta adapt, accept the change, and just adapt. That's all I can really do right now. Um, there was a little bit of glimmer of hope that we're gonna stay there for a little longer, but nah. I mean, who knows? Maybe the SLC cover there again. Although that doesn't seem very likely. Hmm. Okay, I need to focus. 2 plates 25. 3 plates and drop set. Nah, low key, I want to make this workout quick because I do need to use the restroom, but I do not want to use the restroom mid workout. So I'm gonna try to make this as quick as possible. Um, yeah, there we go. So one more set, 2 plates 25. I'm gonna go for 4 reps, but I doubt I'm gonna do 4 reps. I'll probably do closer to 3, 2, 3, and then after that, maybe 2 machine workouts, and then I'll be done. Or maybe a machine and 2 cable, and then that's it. Today's gonna be a quick workout, anyways. Oh, they're also renovating the gym, so like the walls are all like barren right now, except for the mirrors, thankfully. Oh, that felt good. That works. Okay. Moving on quickly to the incline, isolateral incline press. All right. Okay. Nope. Oh man. Oh, I'm not gonna lie. That the news kind of ruined my mood. I mean, look, it's not the end of the world. I just like that location. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm miss that location. It was really chill. Now I gotta go to another post that's or another location that's really strict. So it is what it is. Had our fun. Can't really ask for much more. I will still see the homies here and there, but not as often. Uh, I am planning on leaving this job soon though, because I've been there for too long. That feels like too long. Like thinking about it, yeah, I've been there for way too long. Stay. I'll probably stick with them for a while until maybe I graduate. So maybe another couple years. But we'll see. I need to make something happen now. I really do need to make something happen. God damn. Nope. God damn. Cable machines have no pins. Oh, one of them doesn't. The other one was occupied, and I don't even know if that one works. The seated one doesn't work at all. A press machine that's right in front of me doesn't work. This one was occupied for a little bit, and the flies was occupied. So very limited on options. I did want to get at least 3 different movements in. So bench press, isolateral incline press, and then a regular chest press, which isn't a bad lineup, but it just feels a little lackluster. 175 pounds, I got like maybe 140. So not that big of a jump. Ugh. I do have to use the restroom really badly though. I did set it all the way back to get the most stretches I can. Although this position probably isn't ideal. I don't know. that's it. All right. Well, that's it for chest day. Vibes were a little off. I'm not gonna lie. Look, it's not the fact that I'm sad that I lost the job or I lost the position I was in, but it just I'm not a big fan of change. As much as that sounds dumb as fuck, I'm just not a big fan of change. And one thing is it's just because the uncertain future, that's always been like scary to me. And I'm sure a lot of people can relate, because I'm sure I'm not alone on this. But just like being unsure of your future, it's really scary, man. It really is. And like I have a general idea of what I want to do, but the thing is, what you want to do and what's actually going to happen are not always going to align. And it is a scary thought that I might be stranded for a minute, or I might need to, make some drastic changes or something, because the situation demands it. And like I feel like I'm a person that I feel like if it's needed for me, I will. Goddamn, I'm between two trailers. If it's needed for me, I will adapt and change. But I'm not a big fan of doing it. That's one issue. So yeah, like if I really needed to, I would get a second job. If I really needed to, I mean, for a while I did do back-to-back shifts because I needed to. I was too much in debt. I was irresponsible with my spending. I was like a couple grand in credit card debt, and I just told myself I gotta lock the fuck in. Picked up some extra shifts, and I was working. I think the most I did in actually no, I did this for 3 weeks, not back to back, but 3 weeks I worked. I think it was 60 hours, and the paychecks were good, but goddamn, my sleep was terrible, and I was not going to the gym at this time because I just couldn't find the time. And I'm willing to make the hard decisions, do the hard choice, but I'm just not a big fan of big change, man. That's one thing. I'm just not a big fan of it, and I know everything changes eventually, whether it takes a while or whether it's quick. Everything changes, and you got to get used to it. But that doesn't mean you have to like it. And I don't like change. I genuinely don't like change. Now I like improvement, but with improvement come change. So I know in order to improve or be in a better situation or be in a better position, I have to change. But it's that uncertainty that's in my head that's constantly like I just want to stay in a comfortable position. And I was comfortable, and I feel like I was getting too comfortable. So I am kind of happy that this is forcing me to finally like break out. But at the same time, I just wish it was a little longer, just a little longer. But it is what it is. I can't change it. It's not up to me. It's way above my fucking, my position. So just gotta make do with what I have, and be grateful that I was able to be at that position for as long as I was. Because trust me, we were not doing anything. We were, if anything, we were just getting free money from the company because of how little we actually worked at that position we were at. So I am grateful. I went down with the ship. That was my decision. I could have bailed a long time ago, but I just decided not to. And I am pretty happy that I was able to do that because that gave me plenty of time to work out. The homies at the position, we let each other take naps here and there. So it wasn't a waste of time and it wasn't a waste of effort, but I was getting too comfortable, and I definitely don't like the change, but it is what it is. For me, like, I'm that type of person that I don't like slowly walking into something. I just want to dive right in. And that's one bad thing about me is that I have to be thrown into a position, or I have to be thrown into a situation where change is needed in order for me to change. I can't do it just on my own. Or like, it's very hard for me to do it on my own. So Yeah, but it's all good. I'm sure everybody struggles with a little bit of change here and there, and I know plenty of people that are like oh my god, scared the fuck out of me, are welcoming of change, like that, like they'll be down to fucking move out tomorrow type shit, or they're able to fucking just like leave their job and find another job within a couple of weeks. Like I know plenty of people like that. I'm just not one of those people, and it sucks. It sucks. I wish I was a lot more outgoing or a lot more accepting of change, but I'm just not. Oh well. It is what it is. Now I already got to make up my mind on what I want to do. Really got to commit to something now, and I will admit, like through a couple personal like challenges here and there, like it was very difficult for me to like get myself right, get myself straight, and I feel like that kind of like shaved a week off, or not a week, a fucking year off of my progress, and it did slow me down a lot. I did lose motivation, inspiration, and a lot of stuff. And I wish that wasn't the case. I wish things didn't affect me as much, but at the same time, I don't want to lose uh, certain emotions that I do care for. Like I don't want to be fucking distant and cold-hearted to people, but sometimes I just have to. I have to be. Sometimes. You know. I feel like that 1 year really did fuck me up, though. It really did fuck me up. Because before that, I was eager. I was motivated. I had plenty of inspiration. I had a lot of discipline too. And then after a certain situation, everything kind of just went downhill. Like I caught myself. Like, this was a couple months ago, but I caught myself like I had to look at myself in the mirror and be like, damn, I really let this one situation that is now insignificant to really affect me for such a long time. And it's the truth. Sometimes things are gonna hit you hard. Sometimes things are gonna hit you fast. Sometimes things are gonna hit you both at the same time. And it all. What the fuck did Rocky say? It's like it doesn't matter how hard you get hit, or how hard you hit. I forgot. The only thing that matters is you keep moving forward. Some shit like that. And for me, that like honestly, like I don't have a very strong mental, so that shit knocked me down. I couldn't get back up for a while, and it's only been like recently, maybe like or late last year to early this year, where I was really like starting to pick myself up. And it's not that I completely like stopped after the whole situation, but it just became harder to do stuff. It became a lot harder to even like have the physical and the mental strength to do anything. And I'm not proud to say that, and I'm not looking for sympathy, but it's the truth. I feel like a lot of people go through that. So I hope, like, if anybody has gone through that they at least they have the comfort of knowing that somebody else has gone through that, and somewhat got back on their feet. I mean, I want to say I'm back on my feet just yet, but I'm definitely in a way better mental, at least mental state than I was before. At least mental. Physical, not so much. If anything, I was better physically back then because of the lack of eating. Yeah. It is what it is. It is what it is. I hold no more resentment or any more like I don't hold any resentment towards anybody or self hatred to myself. I just all I really all I'm really holding on to now is the lesson I learned and the the insight I learned of myself. You know. But yeah, no more hard feelings. But it is one of those things where it's like I don't, you know, I still wouldn't want to talk to like the people that are involved. So it's one of those things where it's like you learn and you disconnect. You completely sever your ties. I'm not a stranger to cutting people off either. I've cut a lot of people off, and that doesn't sound good, but for me, I feel like if your mental needs it, I think it's better to cut somebody off than to hold on to somebody that's mentally draining or hurting you. So I've cut plenty of people off, either through just slowly, separating, or through negative situation. But I've cut plenty of people off, either because it was my fault or you know just a really bad situation or whatever it was. I know it just in my mind it was better just to separate. So yeah. But anyways, I will catch you guys tomorrow for bag day. I've been talking too long, but I just I just want to like get that off my chest because you know I feel like you always gotta speak your mind, even to yourself. So that's exactly what I'm doing. But yeah, stay safe, guys. Peace.